We've talked about Chase, Capital One, Charles Schwab, and so many others, but today let's review the second largest bank in the United States, Bank of America. What is going on, everyone? I hope you are all having a fantastic day. So this video has been very heavily requested, and honestly, there is just so much to unpack with this platform that it's a little bit overwhelming. So today let's go through every single account option that Bank of America currently has to offer to help you decide if this is still a bank worth using. So we're specifically going to look at the banking side of this platform, but I will mention from the start that Bank of America does also offer credit cards, home loans, auto loans, small business accounts, investing through Merrill Lynch, and a number of other useful financial tools. Don't worry, we're going to touch on all of that in this video, but on the banking side of things, you've got the standard checking and savings accounts, and within the checking accounts, you have 3 different account options with slightly different benefits. The Safe Balance checking account is mainly designed for students, waiving any overdraft fees, and instead will just decline the transaction if the account holder doesn't have enough funds in their account to cover that purchase. Now, I will mention that Bank of America as a whole did recently reduce their overdraft fee from $35 down to just $10, but if this is a frequent issue for you, which is very common for students, then the Safe Balance account is probably your best bet because $10 per month is still ridiculous for an overdraft fee, in my opinion. With that account, you still get access to a lot of their great features and their award-winning mobile application that we'll talk about in a second, but there is a monthly fee of $4.95 per month that is somewhat difficult to get waived depending on how old you are. Right now, if you're under the age of 25 and qualify as a student, or under the age of 18, or you are enrolled in Bank of America's Preferred Rewards account program, then that fee is able to be waived, but otherwise you're looking at $5 a month, and considering this is designed for students who likely don't have a lot of money to begin with, then I would say that if you're not able to get that fee waived, then personally I would say just avoid this account option. For most users, however, you're probably looking at the second checking account option, which is the Advantage Plus account, which has a $12 monthly fee, but this is much easier to get waived, and you either need to have one qualifying direct deposit of $250 or more each month, maintain a balance of $1,500 or more, or once again, be enrolled in the Preferred Rewards program, which I'll talk about later in the video. So again, I'll tell you from the start that if you're not able to get that fee waived, then I wouldn't even bother with this account, but having direct deposit or maintaining a balance of $1,500 or more hopefully shouldn't be too difficult if you are using this as your main banking platform. With Advantage Plus, you gain check writing, which is not available on the previous account option, several overdraft protection options, and a more generalized banking experience that matches that of a regular everyday bank. But lastly, for $25 per month, you can get the Advantage Relationship account, which is their most premium checking account and removes fees on select additional account services, earns an interest rate of up to a whopping 0.02%, but that's only if you have $100,000 in this account, and you can even get paper checks at no additional charge. If it's not obvious, I'm being very sarcastic, but you are able to get that monthly fee waived if you have an account balance of $10,000 or more in eligible linked accounts, or once again are enrolled in Preferred Rewards. Not too many differences between these 3 checking account options, but they all come with that Bank of America $0 liability guarantee, mobile deposit features, interactive spending and budgeting tools, convenient payment methods, including their partnership with Zelle, which essentially allows you to send and receive money to and from pretty much any bank account here in the US, and even their smart money management tools that allow you to set up custom alerts and savings goals and earn cashback rewards catered towards your spending habits. Thankfully, on the savings side, things are much more simple, but once again, it leaves a lot to be desired. First of all, you're looking at an $8 monthly fee that you can get waived by either having $500 in this account or having the Advantage Relationship checking account that we just talked about, or once again, being enrolled in the Preferred Rewards program. And since I've mentioned it a million times at this point, Preferred Rewards is simply a program that you can enroll in once you've had a 3-month average balance of at least $20,000 across your banking and investment accounts with Bank of America. And as part of the many advantages that come with being enrolled in Preferred Rewards, you also get a slightly higher interest rate on your savings account. So if you're not a Preferred Rewards member, then on your Advantage savings account, you're looking at 0.01%, but even if you're enrolled in that program, that rate tops out at 0.04%, which is absolutely pathetic. Just for some perspective, the bank where I keep most of my money currently pays me 2.5%, which is 250 times more than Bank of America, and I also don't have to jump through any hoops in order to get that stupid monthly fee waived. With your savings account, you're gonna have standard features like mobile check deposits, automated transfer tools, access to Balance Connect, which is their overdraft protection feature, FDIC insurance, and all of the basic functions that, again, we've all come to expect from any bank account. Now, while the banking features may leave a lot to be desired, I will mention that Bank of America's mobile application is actually really well designed in my opinion, and it's very obvious that Bank of America has invested a lot of time and money into their digital banking technology, which is something that can't be said for some of their competitors. While platforms like Wells Fargo and Chase still feel like they are stuck in the past, in my opinion, I would put the Bank of America mobile app, at least, in a similar category to something like Capital One's 360 platform, which, as you all know, I've talked very highly of in previous videos. It's not going to be the most sleek and modern experience, but if you're just looking for the bare bones features and don't need that most flashy platform on earth, then this one will certainly do the trick. They've also invested a lot of money into their digital banking assistant, which they call Erica. Not really sure where the name comes from, but it is also very highly rated, and from the testing that I did on their customer service, it was actually easier to get an answer via the AI banking assistant than getting an answer from a real person on the phone. Now, they do offer CDs, or certificates of deposit, which is an advantage that they have over many of the modern financial technology companies who do not currently offer this as an account option. However, they're not even worth showing you or discussing at length because on average, they only pay you 0.03%, and considering that involves locking your money into a CD for a set amount of time, it's hard to view this as an advantage when there are checking accounts out there that offer significantly higher interest rates while still allowing you to access your money at a moment's notice. So I could sit here and comb through every finite detail of the banking options, but it's fairly obvious where this one is headed, and that is that Bank of America really just doesn't have a lot to offer, at least on the banking side of things. So let's just answer the question now of, is this platform still worth it? And the easy answer is no, absolutely not. But I wouldn't say it is the worst banking option, at least as long as Wells Fargo is still in business. That doesn't mean, however, that they don't have any good financial tools to offer, which we will look at next, but strictly looking at the banking side of things, I'd say avoid it at all cost. And honestly, even if you're just not comfortable with a fully online bank account, which is completely understandable, there are still much better options out there that pay significantly more interest and are still going to give you that more traditional banking experience, like the Capital One 360 bank account, for example. Obviously, Bank of America does have those 4,000 physical brick and mortar locations, in addition to their 16,000 free-to-use ATMs. But if you compare those numbers to their national banking competition, again, it's just nothing to write home about. Alright, perhaps I've been a little bit too hard on Bank of America, and they do still have a lot to offer outside of their banking tools, thank goodness, and really the best tools that they have come from the credit card side of things. I could probably make an entire separate video on all of the different credit cards that they currently offer, but my favorite one right now is the Bank of America Customized Cash Rewards Card, which is a really unique product giving you 3% cash back on certain categories of your choice, including on gas, online shopping, dining, travel, drugstores, and home improvement/furnishings. Plus, the coolest part about this card is that you can actually change which category that 3% goes towards once per month, which in a lot of ways makes it similar to the Citi Custom Cash Card, which also offers you a higher bonus reward on your highest spending category. Now, this video is not intended to be a credit card review, so if that is something that you'd like to see, then let me know down in the comment section below. But just at a quick glance, Bank of America definitely has a lot to offer on the credit card side of things, so that's definitely something that I would check out. But perhaps their biggest additional feature is Merrill Lynch, which is their investing platform, allowing you to invest in stocks, ETFs, options, and many other asset types, all for no fees through their fairly well-designed desktop platform and mobile-based investing tools. They offer this in both a self-directed and guided investing account option, and while I personally feel that there are still better options out there for investing, I can't rag on this platform too much, and in comparison to the pathetic banking features that we just looked at, this is definitely a solid 6 out of 10, and that's saying something considering the banking features are probably a 2 out of 10 on a good day. Like I said, they do also offer several lending options, so maybe something worth looking at there as well. But for me personally, I like to condense all of my financial tools under as few platforms as possible, so if you're the same way and you're not using Bank of America as your main banking platform or investing tool, then I don't see any advantage to using their lesser known tools like lending services and that sort of stuff. Really, the only silver lining in all of this are those unique credit card offerings, but when looking at the Bank of America platform from a macro viewpoint, I'd personally say that no, this platform is definitely not worth it, and there are much better options out there when looking at even just national banks alone. But I'd love to know what you think of this debate down in the comment section below, and also check out these videos that I recently made where I talk about whether Chase and Capital One are still worth it in today's banking world. Be sure to check out some of my favorite financial tools using those links down below, and as always, take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.